Hi, Dr. Paul Haider, Master Herbalist here. Well, the cold and flu season is here, and a lot of you are getting sick. That's not good. I understand it's no fun whatsoever, And I talked about the winter season last time, and I think that we got to get ready and prevent that from happening. But the Army did a lot of studies showing that even if you were the uh, immune system buster, man, if you have a couple things happen, you will get sick. Absolutely. They were wondering in Vietnam why particular people got sick, really sick. And so, people were wet, and that didn't seem to make a lot of difference. And it was windy, and that didn't seem to make a difference. But if they put the two together, you got wet, and then you have big winds, and you got chilled. Boy, just about everybody got sick. Wow, not good. And some of them even died with the complications of pneumonia and bronchitis and that type of thing. So it's really good, no matter what we do, if we get in that situation, it's a possibility that we will get sick. There's no doubt about it. I remember one time I was walking the dogs in the morning, clear sky, nothing out there, no clouds, and on the way back, it just all of a sudden a thunderstorm came and it started pouring rain, and then it got windy, and boy, right away, I ended up with sore throat and terrible, terrible cold, and that goes to show you that combination of those two, getting wet or even getting sweaty wet, and then having wind come, will drop your immune system like crazy, and then these viruses, which are around us all the time, will take over. There's no doubt about it. So expect that's a possibility to happen. And so make sure you don't have that happen around you. Especially if you're in a hot climate and it's hot all the time and you're sweating a lot, and then the wind comes up. Make sure you change your clothes right away, because could put yourself at risk. So, and there's a couple things we can do. Not a couple. I got a whole bunch of stuff here that we can help you in a great way if you come down with a cold or a flu. And I think one of the best ones is this is a little bottle of something called bronchi reliever. It's BRONCHY, and then the reliever is spelled RELEEVER. RELEEVER. This is Chinese medicine, and you can find it on Amazon. It's mainly made of Calanopsis root, and it does a great job of getting rid of mucus. You just take 4 of the little tablets here, every 4 hours, and boy, it clears up everything in the mucus-wise, and really does a great job. I have not found anything that worked as well as this Chinese formula. It really does a great job. So I highly, highly recommend this. And a lot of different companies make the same thing. So you can even find it on Amazon. And finally, they have it. So I'm really, really excited about that. And I could order it instead of having to go see my Chinese doctor in New York. Also, the good old standby, which is to have elderberry, and take this every day. This is going to shorten the duration of your cold or flu, and this is shown over and over again to shorten these viruses. The life of this virus is in your body. So take a couple caps every day, and that will do a great job. Also, echinacea does a great job. Not so much when you have the cold, but before, to prevent the cold. And astrologists will help also. Also, another thing that I like is quercetin. And quercetin is here's some capsules of quercetin here. And it is a powerful, powerful antioxidant. And what I like it for, especially not only for the antioxidant capabilities, but it's a good antihistamine too. And if you have your sinuses clogged up and you have that sinus pressure and you're dying, you're not feeling good at all, just using a little bit of this quercetin will open that up and take that pressure away, and it's like, wow, thank you, God. Does a really great job, and I really appreciate that also. And one of the things I really recommend also, if you're going to have aches and pains, I mean, that's normal with colds and flus. Good old Devil's Claw does a great job. Some capsules, couple capsules of this, 3 or 4 times a day, does a really great job of getting rid of those aches and pains. A wonderful pain reliever. And good old, white willow bark or aspirin is an amazing thing. It has been, we're still having studies going on about white willow bark and aspirin, and the healing abilities of this as an anti-inflammatory, and also helps with pain, and on and on and on. It's just pretty amazing as far as one simple little compound that does a great job. So, and if you're taking aspirin, I recommend the enteric coated one, so it dissolves in your intestines, and they do a really good job. I think it's a wonderful wonder drug, a supplement that does a really super thing. Also, another thing I recommend is yellow dock. Yellow dock is a Native American herb, and I'd have to tell you, you get it in the capsules, if at all possible, because it tastes terrible. Absolutely, positively, it tastes terrible, and a lot of people have actually commented about that. So you really don't want to take it otherwise. And so take that 1 or 2 capsules a day, and that will help to clear up your cold really, really fast, and really gives you energy, and you feel better in general afterwards. So it's really good. Also, Oregon grape can help with taking down the virus a little bit. Oregon grapefruit, and that's a really good antiviral agent. And also, olive leaf is full of really a powerful amount of antioxidants. You need a lot of antioxidants right now when you're sick to combat this cold and get you on the healing plane, you know what I mean? And when you do that, you're going to be feeling better. Olive leaf has 400 times the amount of vitamin C or antioxidants like vitamin C as compared to an orange. So wow, that's amazing. And it really does a great job. Also, Podarco bark is also an antiviral and helps with that a little bit. During your process will help to heal you and get you on the plane of getting to being healthy again. And I like mullein leaf. Mullein leaf is a big plant that grows in the West Coast. I'm not sure if it grows on the East Coast. It's kind of like furry. It looks like a lamb's ear, or maybe something like a rabbit's ear or something like that. It's just furry and fuzzy, and it grows to be about 3 or 4 feet tall. Yeah, it's kind of a weed, but a beautiful plant if you're an herbologist. You can dry that, make it into a nice dry powder like this, and take a half teaspoon to a teaspoon, and that'll dry up all your mucus, and it does a really good job of that. Also, if you want something also another thing that can help with your mucus congestion. Also, postnasal drip. Mucus starts the postnasal drip, and when you get that mucus coming down the back of your throat, and you end up with a postnasal drip, and you end up with the sore throat. I never get a sore throat without having a postnasal drip. And as soon as I take something like mullein or the quercetin or something like that, absolutely all the sore throat disappears. So that's another thing to take. Also, if you want to sleep better at night, you can take valerian root, and a couple capsules of valerian root. That'll help you to sleep deeply. And also, chamomile tea is really good. Also, chrysanthemum tea is really nice to help you sleep. We have some chrysanthemum vines that grow out here. We don't really get flowers from them, but they grow. And just taking some of the leaves, 3 or 4 leaves, putting it in a cup, and adding some boiling water, let it steep for about 15 minutes, and really does a good job to help you sleep. My wife takes it just about, every other night, I would say. Also, fennel tea Yeah, that's another thing my wife takes on a regular basis to help her sleep, and I take it on every so often basis too. Fennel seed tea. You just take about a teaspoon or 2 teaspoons of fennel seeds, add it to a cup, add some boiling water, let it steep for 15 minutes, and then pour off the seeds, remove the seeds, strain it, remove the seeds, and then take and drink that tea, man. It's very good for the tummy. Also, if you have flu and you're upset and you're nauseous, that's a good thing for that. Also, peppermint tea is very soothing for nausea. I think that's really important. Also, ginger is really good for nausea, and I think that's important also. So think about those things if you're nauseous and wanting to run to the bathroom and throw up and that type of stuff. Ginger is really good for that, and will calm that down really quickly. And also, there's a couple things that I recommend to help with a cough. I make my own cough medicine, which is really good. I take a little water in a saucepan and add a chopped onion and about 12 cloves of garlic, and uh, cook that until it's translucent, and then add a little bit of honey, and sometimes I add just a drop, part of a drop of eucalyptus or even some menthol and or mint, and do that, and mix it up. I put it into a blender and add a little bit more honey, and that is a wonderful cough medicine. Really helps in great ways. Soothing, relaxing, calming, and just I think the menthol is really good for the opening up the bronchi also. Also, that bronchi reliever opens up the bronchi also. That's another thing. And another good thing to make up for yourself, or you can make for yourself easily, is my cold and flu healing soup, which is really simple. I start out with another big onion, about 6 or 7, 8, put a dozen in, cloves of organic garlic, saute those in a little bit of water, and also we put in some potatoes, like 3 cups of potatoes, put in 1 big red bell pepper. Bell pepper has more vitamin C than an orange, so it's amazingly packed full of great vitamin C. So also, and I put some other different kinds of green and yellow and purple bell peppers in there. And also, towards the end, I put in a little bit of turmeric, about a teaspoon. It doesn't really give it that turmeric flavor, but it gives it, the antibiotic and antiviral capabilities of turmeric, which is really good, and we need that every day. Also, turmeric, if you want to take turmeric for aches and pains while you're going through this cold, that's a good thing. Take about 1,200 to 1,600 milligrams, once or twice a day, and that's amazing things. It helps as much as some of the over-counter medicines. In fact, studies have shown that it works amazingly well, and just works just as well as some of those other products that you buy, which are really bad for your body. So that is a great way to go, and you can get rid of that, especially when you're going through the cold sweats at night and you're not feeling good, you've got the aches and pains and you're sweating. Oh boy, not good. So take some turmeric, and that'll help. Also take some white willow bark or aspirin. That will help in a great way also. Also, make the soup again. Go back to the soup. I just kind of got sidetracked. Also, at the last minute after you put the potatoes in, they cook. Put in about 3 or 4 bouillon cubes of veggie bouillon, salt-free veggie bouillons cubes. Put that in there. And then at the last minute, when you shut off the heat, chop up some kale and put that in there. Kale is amazingly healing. And don't cook it very much, because you want to cut the heat down. You can get it, you want to keep that as vital and alive as possible, that kale. So, and then you have a wonderful healing soup, a really great soup. So you put in the onions and the garlic and then lots of bell pepper with lots of vitamin C in that, and you have the turmeric in there, and the potatoes, and the potatoes are soothing. You need energy, so those are some nice carbs to keep you going. Also has some vitamins and minerals in there are important for you, and it's easy to digest, which is really good. So that'll help you with your digestive process. And so, and then have this as much as you like. I mean, it's pretty low calorie, and it's hard to, man, a lot of times when you're, when you're sick, you can't smell anything, so you don't taste anything, though you don't feel like eating. But, have 2 or 3 bowls of this during the day, maybe one at noontime and one about, you know, 5 o'clock, and maybe one at 3 o'clock, depending on how hungry you are, and that'll boost up your immune system and get you going also. So here's a lot of different ways. Maybe you have some others too, uh, and they work really well. And taking the, you know, elderberry is really important for shortening the duration of that. We know for sure that it does that. Also, golden seal helps with that too, and echinacea, and many different agents too, astrologists too. And we want to get you on the road to recovery and get rid of some of the symptoms so you are not suffering anymore. So allow yourself to heal that terrible cold, and you're going to be in the pink again, absolutely, positively. And if you care to subscribe, I greatly appreciate that. If you watch the little ads, I appreciate that. I have nothing to do, I'm not connected to those ads, but they bring my wife and I a couple pennies every time you watch, and we really appreciate that. Also, if you want to get a hold of me, my email is down below. It's drpaulhaider@gmail.com. That's drpaulhaider@gmail.com. And my phone number is 831-869-9119. 831-869-9119. And feel free to contact me. My consults are free. I just want to help you in any way, shape, or form I can. And I'm here to help in any way. If you care to make a donation, that is really greatly appreciated. And most of all, remember just this one thing. I love you.